Okay, so time now is 11:21 a.m. in the morning on on October 1st actually. We've made it to October. Yippee. I slept from like 5 a.m. Yeah, 5 to 11:10. Um, I didn't immediately fall asleep though. For some reason, my heart was racing last night, right before bed. So last night was actually pretty fucking insane in terms of what I did. Because yesterday I was actually kind of stressed out, a little bit stressed out by the fact that I have so much to finish. So many assignments, so many films, so many YouTube videos. And Michelle randomly DM'd me earlier yesterday saying that she feels depressed. So I was like, out of the blue, I was like, hey, do you want to talk? And she's like, sure. So I told her if it's okay if we call at 10:30, but at that point I was still filming my mini albums review video. So I was like, can you wait 15 more minutes? And eventually I made her wait half an hour. So we had a phone call from 11 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Now at 11 p.m. I was like, hold on, there's something I gotta do. College assignments, right? I have assignments and shit. So apparently my CTCS 469, the animation class, there's a reading response paper that is due 11:59 p.m. And yeah, now it's not necessarily mandatory for us to do that paper, but it's like if you don't do it this week, then you would have to do it next week, and I'd just rather get it over with this week. So, um, yeah, or something to that effect. So I'm like, fuck it. So while being on a call with Michelle, I wrote a fucking paper. To be fair, it's a 2-page long paper, but I had to actually do the readings. I had to skim through the readings, write some responses, and it does feel like shit. Like my writing feels shittier when I'm distracted and I'm calling somebody else. But still, I managed to write a whole ass paper while being on a phone call with Michelle while having less than 4 hours of sleep. I am a fucking maniac, basically. But like, I have confidence in my own cognitive abilities. I know I can do things like that even in extreme situations. But like Michelle, she constantly misspells things and texts me with poor grammar. And I tell her, hey, that's like wrong grammar. And she's like, shut up, I'm tired. And by tired, she means, yeah, she probably means she slept for about 5 hours or 6 hours. Like, I'm even more tired and I'm even busier, and I'm still able to write like this, and I'm still able to do things like this. Like, honestly, I am a fucking brainiac. So immediately after that, while still calling Michelle, I started editing my mini movie review video, which of course took forever. It took like 2 hours, I believe. Um, which is already faster than I thought. And I'm on a call with Michelle the whole time. And I didn't speak a lot to her because I was just focused on editing. And also, Michelle could hear my own voice um, in the YouTube video. But I kept going. I don't care if she suspects that She thought it's me, and then I'm like, no, that's not me. But then I never elaborated. Yeah, and then at 2 p.m. At around 9 a.m. actually, at around 9 p.m. actually, I had a stomach ache again, part two. It just doesn't feel comfortable at all. So at 2 p.m., I went to the bathroom again. I went to the bathroom twice yesterday. It's like I have food poisoning. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I don't have food poisoning. Hopefully it's just a yesterday thing. I went to the bathroom. I returned and it's 3 a.m. and it still fucking kept going. At 3 a.m., I edited my mini album review video. That was very easy. So it's 3:30, and then at 3:30, I'm like, I'm still gonna do more stuff. So at 3:30 a.m., I finished watching Initial D. I watched it in 1.25 times speed. I skipped a little bit, but I actually finished the film. So kum fucking baya, babies. The only two things I didn't do last night was the CTCS 191 paper, which is due tonight, by the way. 1,250 words, due tonight. Hell yeah! And also anime. I didn't watch any anime last night at all, so I'll have to watch a bunch today. But yeah, overall I did a lot yesterday. It's so crazy. How much I achieved. Also, I forgot to mention that during CTCS 200, Rachel DM'd me asking me for help, saying that she's not going to make it to CTCS 473, which is a class she's taking, and I'm not taking. And she asked me what is the contact of the guy I spoke to, and I'm like, oh, Colin. So I DM'd Colin. It's the first time I'm DMing him, and I said, hey, I have a friend who needs the attendance code for the CTCS 473. And Colin was really nice. Colin was like, hey, you got it, no worries. And then I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited. And it isn't until I took religion class, I went to USPS, and I came back home at around, I forgot when, like 4 p.m. when Colin received the code in the class, and Colin sent it to me, and then 7 minutes later I checked my phone, I found out about it, and I immediately sent it to Rachel. So I'm doing Rachel a huge fucking favor here, but it might be too late because 7 minutes have passed. But no, Rachel saw the text, Rachel typed it in her laptop, and Rachel got it. So I'm glad I helped out. So yeah, shit, fuck, so much to do. So I really need to sleep earlier, first and foremost. So last night, it's a huge fuck up. Not really a huge fuck up. It's just I had a lot to do. Today I have less to do, but I still have a bit to do. I need to do Shushu album review. I need to edit my college update video, and of course I have the huge paper that I need to do. I have an anime to watch. And yeah, at 12:40-ish, which is like an hour later, I need to go outside to meet up with my ITA at Kava. My ITA wants to meet at Kava, the second one. So we'll be doing a meeting there at 3 p.m.-ish. I'll come back home, and then I have a little time to relax. And then at around 5:15, I need to leave again to class. So yeah, not a lot of time. And then I'll be home again at around 11, and then I'll probably have dinner by then. I'll probably have dinner after the animation class. Probably Japanese curry again. Yeah, probably Japanese curry. I don't know. I'm also debating whether I should go to Trader Joe's and buy food, because I either do it today or I do it tomorrow. But I don't know if I'll ever even be free tomorrow at all. Aside from at the very, very end, like at night. Um, yeah. So maybe I should just buy Trader Joe's today. Oh, also one more thing. One more thing last night. One more thing. While calling Michelle at around 1 a.m. Okay, this is big. Justin T DM'd me like, yo, Mag Bay $70. And I'm like, what? No way. The tickets just dropped to $70? Because last I checked, Magdalena Bay's tickets are like 150. So I was like, where did you find it? And he's like, Ticketmaster. And I'm like, oh my god, it is. Now, here's the thing, man. Here's the fucking thing. I already spent nearly $2,700 in September, including rent, food, everything else. Blu-rays, art supplies, movie tickets, Uber rides. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to spend any more. I don't. And I already paid for 2 fucking concerts. 2. Omnipotent Youth Society and Mount Erie. And Magdalena Bay, they're good. They make very good music, but they're not the absolute best. I'm not itching to see them. But I don't want to betray my friend Justin T. And also, I guess it is a good live experience. And it is like a live show that everyone's saying it's going to be good. And their last album is really, really good. So I'm sort of in conflict. I don't know. I don't know if I should spend $75 on another concert ticket. And then I gave it some thought, And also, it's Thursday night. And I have a fucking film set on Thursday with Jing Chen. So I actually DM'd Jing Chen like, hey, what are the times for the set build days? And he's like, October 2nd to 6th. And I'm like, yeah, but the time, like call time. And I think he said 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Since Magdalena Bay is 9 p.m., I was like, oh, maybe it can work out. Maybe right after the film set, I could directly go to Magdalena Bay. Again, it's pretty insane because then I'll be outside all day long. But like, Oh, I just realized that, usually for live shows you need to line up for at least 2 hours. And I may not make it in time for that. But anyways, I bought the fucking ticket. I was like, you know what, screw it. I have a job now. And I just earned about $136 before taxes. So yeah, I'm spending $2,750, but minus 130, that adds up to about adds up to about 2,600, which is still a lot. But considering that my rent here is $1,450, $250 more than last semester. So 2,650 minus 250 is about 2,400, which is more or less similar to the amount I'd usually spend every month last semester. So yeah, I'll eat less food next month. Fuck it, And I did order Uber Eats once, and I did Lyft quite a bit this month, but yeah, and I did spend like I think $100 on Blu-rays. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that less, even though I'm buying Criterions, which is gonna be another huge amount, but who cares? Yeah, so I got Magdalena Bay tickets for Thursday night, so hopefully I'll be there in time. Hopefully I'll be there on time, and yeah. Okay. gotta go now. Bye bye. Also, want to mention one more thing, just tiny thing. Michelle went to CMD a few days ago and met Betsy, but didn't meet anyone else. Cuccio wasn't there, etc. But Antonio was there. And Betsy told Michelle that he thinks Leslie's Japanese and would like to bet on it, which is fucking insane. Second of all, apparently Leslie left. She disappeared. Somebody else is doing Leslie's job now as a storage room assistant with Drew. And even Betsy, apparently the girl who knows everything, even Betsy doesn't know where Leslie went or why. So she basically disappeared. She's gone. So, yeah. I don't know. I low-key wish she's still there because I would like to scare her. But honestly, I shouldn't care. But yeah. Yeah, she's gone. Maybe she'll be back. I don't know, but I mean, she doesn't even have a fucking work visa unless she has. So, who knows where she is? Yeah. Not really. Actually, I had a really nice weekend. Like, I took a rest.
A social construction, or as a confluence of forces, or as fragmented or marginalized.
Oakley dokley, time now is 11:47 p.m. I'm still in my street clothes because I came back home 1.5 hours ago and then I just finished dinner. Jesus Christ, my hair. Yeah, let's talk about today a wee bit. Woke up, had a good sleep, and filmed an album review in the morning, and then I left. I arrived at the USC Village at Kava at around 1:08 p.m. And I met the TA, and then I sat down and I talked with him. So the TA has never had food in Kava before, even though he chose his restaurant, while I had done that twice. So I was able to explain to him, I was like, oh, do you know Chipotle? And he's like, well, what's that? Is it, I only know tacos and burritos. And I'm like, no, Chipotle is a restaurant. So anyways, we sat down and we talked, and it's very different than my talk with the other TA, the first TA. So TA1, my talk with him is very much like a tutoring class, and I spent 1 hour analyzing grammar and pronunciation with him. But TA2, we spent the first hour just eating food and chatting. For some reason, he's doing research on cameras, but it's in relation to computer engineering and also optical engineering, I guess. And I started to explain to him what is film and what is cameras and lenses and exposure triangle and frame rate. I had to explain what frame rate is to him. And given that he's a computers guy and I'm a movie guy, I told him about celluloid film and he thought, wow, that's such a waste of money and time. Like, why not use digital? And he's like, what are the benefits? And I'm like, well, film just looks different and it feels different. And I'm like, well, can't you just put a filter or like make some effects on the video? And I'm like, yeah, but you know. So yeah, but we talked and talked, and then I later explained, also he's seen films. Like, I was gonna ask him to watch No Country for Old Men and Mulholland Drive. He said he's seen those two films, but he didn't like either that much. He gave No Country for Old Men like a 3 star out of 5, which is crazy because I thought it's very accessible. It's slow, but in a very accessible way. In a way, I think regular people can enjoy too. But yeah, he's a computer guy. So the second hour, we basically went over some grammar and pronunciation, but he's way better than TA1. And yeah, it's nice. And we just ended really fast and we continued to talk a little bit, and that's it. While talking to him, though, I realized one thing, and that is okay, so I went to Kava today to buy lunch, and it's great. I am very full. I feel very calorie heavy. The issue is I'm getting paid $17 per hour, and then after taxes, maybe $15 per hour. Today, I spent $13.19 on Kava, which is already insanely cheap, and such a great deal for such a big bowl of food. But the thing is, half the money I'm receiving just went to food. So it's not a great idea, isn't it? Also, I had to talk with Michelle last night a little bit about financials. First of all, Michelle isn't paying rent. Michelle owns her apartment now. And I asked her how much does she spend on food. She said somewhere between $250 to $350 per month. And I was really shocked. I thought she goes out and eats food more than I do, because I try to keep it at a minimum. But I spend nearly $500 per month on food, especially in this semester because I have to go out a lot more. So yeah, I'm like, damn. So Michelle actually is spending way less than I have to, even though she owns the place she owns, and that's a lot, but she owns it. So yeah, I have rent, I have food, I have this, I have that. But anyways, that is over, and I decided to go to Trader Joe's. Of course, speaking of expenses, I need to pay more. Bought more stuff on Trader Joe's, including ice cream. Great. And holy fuck. I went to the bus stop to wait for the bus, and on the app it says, oh, the bus will come in like 8 minutes. Cool. 8 minutes passed, the bus decided to not exist. It just ceases to exist, and then the app just switches to the next bus. It's happening a fucking again. So I waited and waited and waited, thinking that the first bus is coming, it's just late. But no, it never came. And it's, fuck it. So I just walked back home. So I have a whole fucking bucket of ice cream. And by the time I came home, it's already pretty much like a bucket of smoothie. I didn't open to check. I don't want to open to check. But yeah, this is so fucking stupid. I hate LA. Another thing is, I checked my, I received an email saying that my Film Freeway, film festival status has changed. Oh my god. Oh shit. Here we go. So far I've only applied to 6 film festivals. And the first one I applied to, Hong Kong Asian Film Festival, is a festival I know is really big, but I still have a small hope that I would get in. Nope, outright rejected. And this time it's the 50/50 Horror Fest, the festival that I think USC recommended us to join. In one of the emails, it just promotes this film festival. And I got rejected. So yeah, that's fucking great. So like I said, I'm just going to be completely rejected. I've applied to 6 film festivals. I'm expecting to be rejected 6 times in a row. I'm expecting a 0% chance of winning because the universe hates me. And that's the truth. That's the brutal truth, that the universe hates me. So, yeah. So when I came home, my mood was really, really bad. Or somewhat bad. Yeah. So I don't know. So I came home, and by the time I arrived home, it was like 4:15, 4-ish p.m. and I had about 1 hour and 15 minutes to take a rest, and then I need to leave again for class. And within that time, instead of working on my 191 paper, which is due tomorrow morning actually, I decided to look for more film festivals. And I realized that beyond the list of film festivals Ariel sent me, there are actually so many more. I just gotta go to Reddit to look. I just searched Reddit, film festivals, horror, or art house, or Asian, preferably Asian art house horror. And I got a bunch more, and again, they're all big to mid-size, so I don't know, maybe they'll all reject me at the same time. But yeah, great. Yeah, I'm not that heartbroken because I already knew I was going to be rejected. It's just sad to see that confirmed, is all. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. When I decided to go to do film, I think part of me already knew that I'm going to be going through pain and suffering, going through hell. And I think it's slowly warming up to me now. The hell is approaching very slowly. Um, yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. It would be ironic if Objects in Mirror didn't get into a single film festival, and then somehow The World Is Not Enough becomes the more successful one, even though that one is less planned out, less expensive, and fewer people are involved, but somehow that one is the more meaningful and the more beautiful one. I think even more so, I feel guilty for forcing 23 people to help me out on this short film for it to suck because the writing is not good in the first place. Partially because I'm trying to appeal to USC, but also because I want to start out safe. If I want to direct with a big crew, the first short needs to be safe and meaningful. But it's not the real film I wanted to make. I got peer pressured. I got college pressured. I don't know. Hopefully, I honestly, I'm expecting 6 for 6 rejection. Some people are telling me to be hopeful. I'm not quite sure about that. But, yeah, it would be pretty nice if a festival would. It's crazy. Dreams of an Empty Street got nominated for Best Short Film in that small little amateur art house thing. And that was like one of my worst short films. Like, what the fuck? So I don't know. So anyways, I left, and then on my way out I checked my mailbox. I'm checking my mailbox nearly every single day because I want to know when will the social security card arrive. And holy balls, it did. I saw the envelope and it says return expected, and the envelope is soft. It doesn't feel like there's a card in it. So I'm like, okay, bro, is there some kind of mistake? Is it asking me to send more forms or whatever? I don't know. So in the middle of class today, I opened up the envelope and holy shit, turns out the social security card is not a card. It's a piece of paper. But I have it now. I have a social security card. I have a social security number. It's actually happening. Holy shit. I can at least do crowdfunding now. So this is insane. This is absolutely fantastic. And this is literally like 10 business days, or like 10 days. This is literally exactly 10 days, I believe. Or 12 days, actually. Because I went to the SSA last Thursday. I don't know. But yeah, I got a social security card now. It actually happened. Can't believe it. Can't fucking believe it, but it actually happened. Um, so another huge news is Luis, I believe, posted something on the Instagram group chat that nobody's using now. And my community college film program official Instagram page made a post saying that the short film Wow, which I PA'd on about 2 years ago, is finally released. Holy shit. This is something I've been anticipating for like a whole year already, and I'm sure there are a lot of other people, especially Michelle and Patrick and Evelyn, who are looking forward to this day, no matter positively or negatively. But yeah, it's actually happened, and I can't believe that they decided to just put it up on YouTube and not, you know, premiere it properly first. It's really weird. But yeah, they posted it on YouTube, and yeah, I haven't even seen it. Honestly, I'm not that interested in seeing it. I'm more interested in the premiere. So in the same Instagram post, Cuccio wrote it, by the way. Cuccio wrote the Instagram post. I knew for a fact. Cuccio said that the film will have a physical premiere at the Royal Laimla Theater at Santa Monica, which is a theater I've been twice. And I was a little disappointed. I really wish it's premiere at CMD, because CMD is the land of chaos and destruction, and it would be very symbolic for me to return there in full emo dress up and you know, in character. But I guess that's not really happening, but I think it can still kind of happen. So Cuccio didn't specify a date, but I did a little research and I think it's going to be early November, which is great news because I don't have any film sets or live shows I'm going to as of now. So maybe it's worth it. Not maybe it's worth it. I have to go. So yeah, I'm going. So yeah. Ooh, I should tell Tova this as well. So that's interesting. I thought they snubbed Michelle because in the second AD slot they credited Leia and not Michelle. Turns out Michelle is now credited as production coordinator, which is really weird. And then Evelyn is credited but under Harrison as script supervisor. Also, I've seen a cut of WoW already, so I've seen the end credits already. And my name is credited. I'm credited along with Betsy and Dane and Miles, and then other people like Alba and Leslie are credited as first and second AC, or second and first AC respectively. Hilariously, Pepper's not credited, even though he first AC'd for one day. Hilarious. I guess they forgot about her. But yeah, I don't think Pepper's gonna care either. But yeah, so all the more anticipation for the Ends and Means premiere, which is gonna be pure chaos and disaster for real. So yeah, I and Dova need to catch up, but I'm just too fucking busy. Finally took the class and fell asleep in the film. This is easily the most challenging film we've seen in the class so far, Waking Life. But it was good though. The bits I was awake for are good. They're confusing but good. And yeah, I took a lift back home and here I am. Thank God my paper isn't like a 23:59 situation. I can finish it later after midnight. I'm gonna go take a shower now actually, because I sweated already this afternoon and I don't want to splash water on my face and hair again, even though that would have been a little time saving. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. I'm looking forward to Thursday. It's gonna be terrible, dude, Thursday. I need to wake up super early for the build, but also Also, I need to go to live, and in hindsight, maybe going to Mag Bay live is a terrible idea, because if the build ends at 7 p.m. and the drive from freaking Hawthorne to USC is like a whole hour, and then Metro from USC to Hollywood, say half an hour. That's insane. Because usually people line up at these live shows for 2 hours. So I need to arrive at least an hour early to the live show. Second of all, I almost forgot, but I can't bring a bag into a concert. So I can't directly go from film set to live performance. I need to go home, put down my bag, and then have an emergency, like, not emergency, like, I honestly forgot because it's been a while, but last year when I went to the Death Grips show, I had a specific setup. I had a plastic bag here, wallet there, this here, that there. I need to do the same thing. So, I have to do a little research on what the outfit should be, but I can't bring a bag, that's for sure. So, yeah. And, or maybe no, maybe I can bring a bag. I need to look at the rules at the Fonda Theater. If I can, then that basically solves everything. But yeah, that's basically it. So Thursday is gonna be a challenge, and I'll be outside of my home from like 7 a.m. till like midnight. Basically, I won't have any time to do anything that day. So yeah, fuck. Lots and lots to do. Lots and lots. But yeah, I don't have much else to say. Do I still feel lost? Am I still experiencing a midlife crisis? Yeah, but like at this point I'm too busy to even care. At this point I'm too busy to even care. But yeah. And again, it's bad to bank all hope on one thing. So it's not like, I don't know, maybe this film set will be the film set that opens doors for me, or maybe it's just another one. It's gonna pass, and then it's gonna mean nothing. Like, it could go either way, could swing either way. Reality and the future could swing either way, and at this point, I don't even know anymore. Life is life, and there's nothing I can do about it. But yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Job, EPCA, Spotlight, and yeah. Time now is 9:26 a.m. on October 3rd. October 2nd. I slept from 4:30 a.m. to like 9:10 a.m. and then I slept back for like 5 more minutes. Yeah, fuck me. I'm so tired. I'm sorry, but I don't feel well at all. And I can't believe I need to wake up early for the next 4 days in a row. Actually, if you count the next school week, then I have to wake up early for the next 7 days in a row. Fuck, I don't know. I fucked up again last night. It's good I didn't sleep at 5 a.m., but 4:30 was really late. So I plan to watch 5 episodes of anime. This exact same anime I planned to watch 2 days ago. Yeah, I didn't watch it either. I couldn't fucking do it because I ran out of time. Again. I just have too much to do, man. I just have too much to do. It's actually really crazy how much I have to do. It's actually really crazy how much I have to do. Um like usually college students don't have YouTube channels. But I somehow still do, plus still having a job at the side. Like that's insane. So yeah, I did finish the CTCS 191 paper. That's more high priority. Part of me really wants today's class to be cancelled. Like I genuinely can't. Like I genuinely wish today's class is cancelled. I want to skip the class so that I could A, sleep, B, wake up and do other stuff. There are so many albums to review. I know I promised to not review stuff, but there are just so many big albums coming out in the next few days. So I don't know. I need to sleep at 2:30 tonight, preferably. If tomorrow we truly have to get onto the set at 8 a.m., then this means I'll be picked up in a car at around 7 a.m., which means I'll have to wake up at around 6:30. So 2:30 to 6:30 is 4 fucking hours. But that is like the best I could do. So yeah, hopefully it's flexible. Hopefully I don't have to wake up this early. Right? I don't know. I'll ask Jing Chen, but yeah. Um yeah. Um fuck. I'm supposed to watch Pulse, the horror film, later tonight as well. And now I'm just like, how am I even supposed to do it? Oh my god. Like, I'm gonna be outside my apartment again the whole day. And today's gonna be even longer because it's, from 11 a.m. till I think 8 p.m. Jesus Christ. Yeah, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. I have 3 classes, and I'm having an ALI meeting at night. And I don't want to bring my laptop charger out. That's a lot of stuff, but I don't want to bring my laptop charger out. I don't know why my laptop battery is going insane. Also, I'm taking the 1050 bus. I'm not taking the 1020. I'm not doing it. Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't need to wake up that early tomorrow, but in any case, tonight 3 a.m. is a hard limit. Okay. 3 a.m. is the hard limit, which means I have to start watching the film at around midnight. Why do I have so much to do? Like, why? Yeah, that's it. Here it is.
Ask, how do you think about, discuss, we watch. If you're familiar with the work of David Lynch, have seen films of his, what stands out as Lynchian about this clip? What sort of rings true to his style? And what might be unfamiliar? What might be sort of versions of that have been modified by the format of network television as opposed to the format of theatrical film. If you're not familiar with the work of David Lynch,
The building is for the USA house for the undergraduate
Oh.
students.
Is it a fire drill or? Okay, time now is 9:21 p.m. I haven't had dinner. I just went to the bathroom. And yeah, fuck me. My life is really going or at least my health is going downhill real fast. So yeah, uh so this morning sucked for me because I was half dead when I woke up. I think it's kinda partially because of the whole sleep cycle thing. The way a human being goes through a sleep cycle every 9 minutes. I think sleeping for 5 hours sort of cut that off, whereas if I sleep for 6 hours, it's sort of just right. But yeah, it was less than 5 hours, so it's terrible. So I woke up and I woke up earlier than I usually would on a Wednesday because I want some time in the morning to A, charge my laptop, and B, film the Katy Perry album review. Now, for the first one, my laptop is getting weirder and weirder lately. And it's crazy because it's been less than a year since I bought my laptop. But my laptop is getting weirder and weirder because the battery's running out really fast. And I suspect one of the reasons is because I'm charging my laptop overnight. And sometimes I would let the laptop charge to 100%. So that next morning I could just unplug it and the laptop will be 100%. But I realized maybe that's hurting the battery. So I should stop doing that. So I'd rather wake up early just to charge it to 100%. Second of all, the Katy Perry album review, and I realize this, there's no fucking ball sacks way that I'm filming an album review tomorrow. There's no fucking way I'm filming 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later, and 5 days later, which is on Monday. 5 days in a row, I'm going to be basically suffering nonstop because I'm a masochist. So there's the Sophie review, and I want to release my Sophie album review earlier than Fantano. Unfortunately, a couple hours ago, Fantano just released his review for Sophie, but it's still impressive that I'm able to release it the same night. So yes, not only did I film an album review for Katy Perry this morning, I also filmed one for Sophie. But because of that, I was late. I missed both my 10:20 and 10:50 buses, and I decided to just fucking walk to school, because why the fuck not? So I walked to school and I was 20 minutes late, but at this point I don't really care because the classes, they mean nothing. They're meaningless, especially 191, CTCS 191. It's meaningless and they don't even take attendance. So great, I arrived and the professor isn't even here. We have a guest speaker who's substituting and he's talking about altruism. Bro, I know what altruism is. I'm good. And yeah, I sat down and Colin was even later than me. And I proceeded to just chill out and do the religion class reading and then that's it. Lo and behold, when I went into the auditorium, there was an Asian guy who I already have a little suspicion that he's from Hong Kong, but I thought he's probably like ABC or something. But sometimes, the times when he spoke up, it gives me a little Hong Konger accent, but I never really cared or gave it a second thought. So I told him, I like walked around him, and I wanted to sit, because he's sitting one spot, so there's the aisle. He's sitting the spot next to the aisle seat, and I want to sit on the aisle seat. So I went close, and he actually moved, and I'm like, oh, do you want to sit here, or? And he's like, oh, whatever's fine. So I sat there, and I paid no mind. During break, he looked at me, and I'm like, kind of weirded out, okay? And I know he's gay, I can tell. It's very obvious. But, I was like, okay, you know? So, he suddenly asked me, hey, are you from Hong Kong? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so you speak English and Cantonese? And I'm like, yeah. And then he looked at me and he went, hi. And I was holding my phone and I was like, okay, I put down my phone and I'm like, okay. I'm not that shocked because I think this has happened multiple times already where I meet someone and turns out they're Hong Kongers too, and I don't know when to start the Cantonese. But him saying hi is like him changing into a different language in a computer, and then you have to restart the computer, and the computer is like, welcome back or something. So we actually started speaking Cantonese, and apparently he's an exchange student. He's technically junior, he's year 3, and he's only here for 1 semester. So we talked more and more, and at some point he's like, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom. And then he just disappeared for like a whole hour. And then the substitute professor played Yellowstone episode 1, which is trash. And then turns out the guy's back, but he's behind me the whole time. So, but I gotta leave. It was 1:45 and I gotta go to my 2 p.m. religion class. So I just left. I never asked for his name or his Instagram. And next week there's no class, so I guess we'll find out 2 weeks later. But it's okay. Not that I really care anyways. And I feel like I've matured so much. Like, if this happens to me in 2022, I'd be like, holy fuck, a Hong Konger. But at this point, I'm just not that fazed anymore. Like, I'm already in LA mode. Another thing is, went to religion class, and it's another 90 minutes of yapping. The professor finally revealed the midterms, and holy balls, the midterms is a 8 to 12 page essay. 8 to 12, and I say 8 to 12 is because this is actually 2 huge essay questions, and I need to do both of them, and each question is 4 to 6 pages, which is insane, and we have 1 week to do this, which is insane. So the professor spent 1 hour explaining the midterms, and again, I'm just floating away and doing my own thing, and then we spent 20 minutes talking about the reading, which I read half of it, but I didn't understand it at all because it's not even about religion. It's about medieval Italian mathematics and astronomy, Galileo Galilei, and Æternum, and whatever, and Ptolemy, and like, I read half of the reading. Layla, the Filipina girl, she didn't even read it. And then Aaliyah, the other white girl, she doesn't even know there's a reading. So, yeah. So after religion class, I went to Target for a food truck, not for Target itself. And fortunately, the Cantonese food truck is still there. And the same woman is there, and I ordered a 14-ish, I think 14 or 15, or was it 16? No, it was $14 minced pork rice with fried egg, and it also has some canned corn and peas in there, which is silly, but I really like the minced pork. Like, I was craving minced pork. And then I also ordered a cream corn soup with it, which is very bland, but Jesus Christ, do I crave soup. So I'll drink any soup. So yeah, I walked all the way back to SCA 3rd floor, the secret spot, my favorite spot, the couch, sat down and enjoyed my meal. And I DM'd Justin, the Malaysian guy, DM'd me, and we had a pretty meaningful conversation out of nowhere. Because Justin, I think maybe he's high or something, but like something awakened something in him, and suddenly he's like, yo, we gotta fucking make a short film right now. If I ask you if you're free to help me out on a short film, will you help out? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And he told me I'm the second person he asked. The first person he asked was Ken. And then I thought he would have asked Cliff for Ariel first, and then Justin was like, oh, I think they hate me now, and I'm like, what? And then Justin was like, he sent me a photo or like a GIF, which is essentially a beggar begging for money, and he said that's how he feels talking to Cliff and Ariel. And I was like, hey man, that's how I feel talking to 95% of the people around me. And he said he feels shitty, and I said, hey, I've been feeling shitty since 2017. You know, such is the way of life. And then we actually like talked about just the people, and also like the conversation suddenly became very existential, and it was so dramatic. It felt like it came out of a movie, because he needs to leave LA because his OPT is running out, and he has no intention of getting an O1 visa. It's too late for that anyways. He has until February 1st to make a short film. So now that I'm talking about it, it's actually kind of sad, because I think Justin is one of the few people who I can actually have a deep conversation with, or at least transgressively. But he's leaving the continent again, but permanently. He's done with LA. LA has failed him as a city, and it's terrible. He hates it here. I mean, to be fair, me too, but I have to suck it up because it's part of the game. He needs to go back to Malaysia because, in his words, my heart is there. And he wants to make films in Malaysia, but he wants to make at least one film in LA first before going back. So, yeah, I'm like, sure. And I told him my strategy is similar because my heart is in Hong Kong, but I need to be successful here first. Like, my long game is I'm going to be successful in America, and then I'm going to gain power here. I'm going to bring that power back to Hong Kong. That's my long game. That's the whole point of my existence. And he said he's not looking for success, and I'm like, me too, but I have to be successful first. So yeah, very interesting conversation. So anyways, I went to CTCS 191 discussion class, and I sat next to Colin because Colin's seat, the seat next to him was empty. I feel a little bad because I know there's a white guy who's even closer as a friend with Colin, and I see that Colin's both sides are also empty, so I thought I could sit on one side and his other friend would sit beside him on the other side. Turns out his other friend just sat in front of us. Colin even put his movie tote bag on the other seat beside him to reserve the seat, but yeah. When his other friend sat in front of us instead of beside Colin, Colin removed the tote bag. So yeah, we went through discussion. I and Colin talked a bit, and the TA talked about David Lynch and Twin Peaks, and me and Colin were both fans, and like nobody else in the classroom knew about David Lynch, or at least the people who spoke up were like, oh, I'm not familiar with Lynch, but me and Colin, we both know the Lynches, we're both Lynch heads. So discussion's over. I and Colin spoke a little more, and then I proceeded to go to the electrical engineering building, the EEB, which is all the way south of the campus, to do my ALI meeting with TA1. 2 hours. I survived all 2 hours. I was tired, I was dying, and also I think I had a stomachache, but it was like a subdued stomachache. Like the kind of stomachache that would actually appear the moment I get home and be comfortable. So, fuck it. I survived all 2 hours of the TA meeting. And I, again, helped with pronunciation. We went over we talked. I tried to pad out the time so that I could make the 2 hours end faster. And that's like bad teaching. But like, I genuinely, physically and mentally cannot. Like, I'm too fucking exhausted. And I'm about to embark on 4 days in a row of set construction. Like, that's suicide. which I'm going to talk about later. So, yeah, I took a lift back home. Here I am. Now, tonight and tomorrow is going to be extremely critical because I have to sleep early tonight. It's not just I recommend, I'll try. No, I have to, because if I don't, I will cut my throat. Okay, I have to sleep early. It's either sleeping early or throat gone, esophagus in half. 2:30 is the plan, and I believe I'm sleepy enough to just instantly fall asleep at this moment. 2:30 is the plan. If I go to bed at 2:30, I'll have 3.5 hours of sleep, which is fucking psychotic, by the way. Because tomorrow, I'm waking up at 6. The call time isn't 8 a.m., it's 7 a.m. And Jingshin will pick me up at 6:20. 6:20. You heard me right. 6 ball sacks, clitoris, 20 a.m. So, yeah, I will have to speed run everything. I'll speed run dinner, I'll speed run some assignments, I'll speed run some TV shows, and I'll watch Pulse. I have to start the film at midnight sharp. I'll watch Pulse, I don't care. I'm not sure if I'm even in the right mood for it, honestly. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I should just switch it out. Maybe I should watch something else. You know what? I should just switch it out with something else. I don't know. Because I feel like I'm not in the right mood to watch a slow horror film at all. I don't want to ruin my first time experience with this allegedly great film. I don't know. I'll give it some thought. But yeah, that's tonight. Tomorrow I'll wake up. Hopefully there's coffee. Please tell me there's coffee. And again, I'm not getting paid for this shit. There are only 2 things I'm getting here: experience and friends. And they better be good ass fucking friends, okay? They better be BFF friends for life, because I'm cutting pieces of my pancreas for this film thing, okay? Like, my glands are squeezing and my bone marrow is distorted, and I don't know, all the gruesome things that can happen to me. I'm suffering for the greater good, okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna go cook myself some fried salmon, spinach salad, tortellini, easy peasy. And then I shall have an apple at night, and then I'll call it a day. There's also a quiz. That's for tomorrow. But I'll try to do it later today. There's also a response paper. Yeah, it's insanity, I know. And most importantly, tomorrow night is a Mag Bay concert. Now the good news is the end time for tomorrow is 6 p.m. So if I return to my home at 7, put down my bag, immediately leave, I could probably make it to Mag Bay at around 8. It's a little, but still. And, yeah, I checked the Fonda Theater rules. I cannot bring a bag. It says the largest possible is 14 by 14 inch. I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna bring a bag. I'll bring a plastic bag for sure, and I'll bring, the essentials: phone, portable charger. Right, gotta charge that shit up today. Phone, portable charger, wallet. I think that's all I need, actually. And then, yeah, phone, portable charger, wallet. Maybe I'll bring a granola bar or something. Also, I didn't finish the minced pork rice for lunch. Great news. I can eat that shit real fast, real quick after the film set tomorrow. ASAP, high speed. So yeah, tomorrow's gonna be painful. 3.5 hours of sleep, being outside for the whole day, concert, suffering will ensue. But the good news is, I believe next Thursday I don't have to wake up early. So 8 days later, I'll be able to sleep. For fucking real. So, yeah. Insanity ensues, I guess. Yippee-ki-yay. Okay, gang, it's 10:46 p.m. Just finished dinner. I want to point out two very minute things before I speedrun the rest of the day. So, first of which is last night I realized I haven't washed my water pitcher in like a whole month, and I found green algae at the bottom of the pitcher. I'm not kidding. Green fucking algae. So I cleaned it up. It's fine now. But yeah. Then we, yeah, another thing is I think I ran into Katie this morning, the Korean American girl. Actually, I keep running into people. I think yesterday I ran into this Filipino American guy whom I've met twice from APCA. I think I saw Maisie, the TA from art directing class, and then at some point I saw another person that I've known. But like, I don't have the energy to greet them. And also, it's like, it happens too much at this point. Like, randomly running into people you know happens too much. But yeah, that's it. Hopefully I survive and wake up at 6. Another thing I forgot to mention is actually during lunch today I also spoke with Kay, the founder of HKOS, just a tiny wee bit, and she said that she said she downloaded the photos and the videos I uploaded to Google Drive, and she thanked me, and I said, "You're welcome. Hope I can help out again next year." And then she asked me if I could join a Zoom meeting with her next week, and I'm like, sure. And then I realized, oh yeah, so earlier, like a couple days ago, John L. made an Instagram story saying that he's gonna permanently move to London by the end of the month, which is surprising, but I think he's been talking about this since 2 years ago, since I first met him. And John L. was like, anyone want to hang out, please hit me up. I do want to actually hang out with him just a little bit. Just a little film to film talk, you know. Hong Konger film guy to Hong Kong film guy talk. At the end of the day, as far as Hong Konger aspiring writer-director goes, that I know, John L. might be the only one. Yeah. So... Yeah. Yeah. So... Given that John L's leaving, the future of HKOS is unstable, and they might need a new guy. But I'm still a freaking student. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe something's in it for me. We'll see. But I'll do whatever I can to contribute to Hong Kong cinema. And I feel like even though I've only seen maybe 950 or 1,000 films, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's like just enough for me to have some kind of say on what film to program. But I'm overthinking it. I really am. Holy shit. Okay. Fuck. So, it's 6:01 a.m. in the morning. I slept from 2:30 till 6, but it's actually even less than that because I couldn't fall asleep for quite a bit. But honestly, I don't care at this point. If my body dies, I die. Holy shit. I was also just having a dream just now. My brother is using my bathroom secretly in my apartment. But it's kind of scary. Some monsters out there. I don't know. Yeah. Jingchen is already coming in like 10 minutes. So, the sky isn't even bright yet. Jesus Christ, okay. Gotta go.
guys.
Hi. Yeah, I found it. It was like, I may as well be working 50 hours a week.
That's totally true.
Yeah.
So, honestly, personally, I think okay, time now is 5:17 p.m. So, I just woke up from my own bed. What happened, you may ask? So, first of all, I can survive being sleep deprived, but I can only do that up to a certain point. Extreme sleep deprivation, when too extreme, it's actually going to physically ruin me. And I feel like that's what happened today. The fact that I didn't get much sleep in the last 3 days and then sleeping for less than 3 hours today sort of resulted in basically a physical disaster for me today. Honestly, I was really impressed that I was able to wake up and I was able to be on time to meet with Jingchen and everything. So Jingchen arrived at around 6:15 a.m. and I'm like, screw it. I got everything ready. I had my tools. I brought some snacks with me and I left. The outside is not bright. What the fuck? How? Like, I thought it's summer. The sun should already be up. Why is the sky dark? And then I just realized it's already October, but even so, it's crazy. So I went to the car and I continued to sleep, but I really couldn't fall asleep at Jingchen's car. And Jingchen was really active and a little intense in the morning. You know, he played music, he played exciting music. And then also someone else is at the shotgun seat. That guy at first looks really tough because he's in a tank top and has facial hair. And I thought he's Latino, but when he talks, he sounds like he has a German accent. A little bit later, it is revealed that he is Thai. That makes sense. Everything makes sense now. And he turns out to be really nice. Also, he turned out to be he's a film composer. He's a composing student. So that's interesting. And then we were gonna pick up Mo, the Taiwanese guy, but as it turns out, he's not even showing up today because he's got classes. So today it's literally me, Jingchen, this Thai guy, and this other guy. This white guy with facial hair, wears a cap, and has tattoos all over his body. Looks like the most generic street white person ever in LA. And he's fine. But yeah, today the whole day is just us four. And yeah, it's a little disappointing, and as it turns out, both of them are only showing up today. Apparently yesterday, which is the real day one of the build, a bunch of people, like 5 people, showed up. Um, but today it was just me and just two other guys, and yeah. So we went into this house in Hawthorne, and today is basically 100% construction with wooden beams and screws and nails and wooden planks and boards. There is a pretty simple floor plan / elevation drawn by Jing Chen, and we just sort of follow it. And it started off kind of slow because none of us had that much experience in construction, but it ended up being not that complicated. It got very confusing at times, but it was just simple construction stuff at the end of the day. But for some reason I was less active. Both guys, they use a driller more. Like, they use a driller to drill holes and drill a screw into the wall or something. And I didn't really get to do that too much today. I think I only did that twice. And I'm okay with it because I'm too sleepy to do this shit anyways. And then Jing Chen bought us breakfast on the way to the house, and we went for McDonald's. I got a McGriddle. So I had a McGriddle because I don't know why, but a lot of people in Hong Kong are like raving over it. I had it and it's okay. It's basically a sandwich, but the bread is made of sweet pancakes. And there's no coffee. So Jing Chen got cold brew and nothing else, which I drank a little bit, but I'm not a big fan. It just tastes like Chinese herbal tea at this point. It doesn't taste as bitter as I thought. But I think it is after that point I started to not feel so comfortable. And in the morning I already didn't eat much. Like, after waking up I didn't even drink water. I waited a while before I ate the McGriddle because I thought usually when I'm sleep deprived my stomach is more sensitive. But the McGriddle isn't the fucking problem. After the coffee, I began to not feel so well. My stomach, my belly feels stuck. And the thing is, I've been feeling this way for like the last 2 days. I feel like I'm having a stomach flu right now or something. It's really weird. It's such a bad timing. So there's a coffee, and then we continue to construct. And again, it's just I don't have the drill, and for the most part it's just drilling and hammering, and I'm not doing any of that, so I'm just walking around. So lunchtime happens at around 12, and the UPM bought us some stuff. I got a chorizo and egg burrito. There's also other options like grilled chicken sandwich and stuff like that, but honestly I'm not even that hungry. I'm not even feeling that well. So we all sat down at some room on a long bench that is actually a prop, and we had lunch. And oh my fucking god. After lunch, after eating that burrito, my stomachache became 10 times worse. At first I was like, okay, I'm feeling a little unwell. Maybe I'm gonna go to the bathroom. After I come back home, after the set ends at around 5 p.m., I'm gonna go to the bathroom first. After eating that burrito, I'm like, fuck, I have to go to the bathroom. I have to. And the pain got worse and worse and worse exponentially. At some point, I was like, I don't even know if I can survive another hour. Like, I kind of just want to go home now. It's kind of a crazy thing to say, but I kind of have to go home now because my stomach cannot handle this, and I'm not going to the bathroom outside in the house where we're filming. I don't even like going to the bathroom outside. in general. So I walked around. I was in great distress. I was sweating, and I was like, I told Jingchen, like, usually I really have thought about just taking it in and just enduring it and like just wait. But at some point it got so bad, the stomach ache got so bad that I had to tell Jingchen, like, hey, I can't. Like, I'm actually feeling really bad. So Jingchen, he's nice about it, and he's like, okay, I'm calling an Uber for you to go home. So that was fantastic. The Uber was such a lifesaver. And again, on top of that, I'm also really tired and sleepy. On top of that, I have a live show to go to tonight. And I am in zero condition to do that at all. So I need to go home, go to the bathroom, take a rest. So luckily, Jingchen did that, and I was able to go home and relax. At around maybe 3 something p.m. ish, I returned home, and yeah, and then I went back to sleep. Just an hour of sleep. I didn't even fall asleep that fast, or fall asleep that much, but yeah, I have to sleep early tonight. Tomorrow is the same call time, and I cannot fuck up tomorrow, assuming that more important people will return to set. I cannot fuck up tomorrow. So I know this sounds crazy, but midnight is the sleeping time tonight. I'm honestly super impressed that I was able to go to bed at 2:30 a.m. because 2:30 is so early for me. But tonight, I think I'm gonna push the boundary even further and aim for midnight, which means that after the Mag Bay concert, I come home, I take a shower, the end. Or I go to Mag Bay concert, come home, have dinner, crash, the end. So who knows? But yeah. Yeah. Fuck, I don't know why am I getting such a terrible stomach ache. I think it's part of stomach being sensitive because I didn't sleep enough, but also the salmon I ate last night was a little rotten. The breakfast I had yesterday includes chocolate milk that is on the verge of getting spoiled. And then I think 2 days ago I ate something that is also kind of iffy. I don't know. But yeah. At least the good news is right now I don't have to worry about being late to the Mag Bay concert. It's fucking insane. I'm like dying right now. I'm literally dying, and I'm about to go to a freaking concert later. Like, why? You know. One final thing to talk about is Kiara randomly DM'd me. Randomly DM me a long paragraph. I love it when that happens. That's when you know shit is serious. She's like, "Hi Enoch, haven't spoke to you in a while. So I and Kuchio are beefing right now, and I'm trying to talk to ADL, and I don't know what ADL is. Apparently it's Anti-Defamation League. I'm trying to talk to ADL, and I want to bring down Kuchio, etc., etc. And I'm like, oh. For some reason, even though Kiara's older than me, I feel more of a veteran in this kind of matter because I've been fighting Kuchio for like, I don't know, more than a year already. And there have been countless times where someone tries to bring down Kuchio, you know. Alive's director, this Ukrainian woman, Betsy, Liam, the list goes on. And none of them had succeeded. So I honestly don't know how effective bringing down Kuchio is anymore. I think the best thing I could do is literally make this documentary with Tova. I think that's the best thing we could do, the smartest thing we could do, and the most meaningful thing we could do. But hey, you know, I support Kiara's endeavors if Kiara is interested. And Kiara was so secretive about it. He's like, oh, I haven't told anyone yet, but of course I mentioned it to Cliff, but I trust Cliff. You know, do you know anyone? Do you know if I can team up with anyone? Or like, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, but that was really interesting, and we had a nice talk. Chiara's in Italy right now. She was gonna come back to LA, but she found a job there, so she's probably not gonna come back until January next year. And she said she has unfinished business with Cliff and Ken and me and Justin, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, but Justin's leaving and going back to Malaysia soon. Yeah. John L also responded. I DM'd John L like late last night saying, hey, can we meet up? And John L just said, we can. So yeah, maybe we'll find a time to meet with John L as well before he goes to the UK. Everyone's going. Exodus here, Exodus there. Everyone's leaving Hong Kong when I was in Hong Kong, and suddenly a lot of people are leaving LA. Yeah. I'm probably gonna go back to sleep for like 15 more minutes, because I still feel tired as fuck. Or maybe not. Maybe not. I don't even want to post Magdalena Bay on my Instagram story now, because it feels like I'm just sick earlier today and then suddenly I'm having fun. But yeah, looking forward, I guess. Looking forward to the live performance. Okay. Sheesh. Sheesh. 但我覺得好 make sense 佢哋咁出名。Okay, thank you. What the hell?
Thank you so much. We are very good from Mexico.
Yeah, let's go. Encore! 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 Encore!
What's up, guys? We have one more song for you tonight. And it's called The Beginning. He was always there. No hero going for that. Until he had a vision. She had golden eyes that spoke her mind. Now easy like that, it sets you free. Your readers can fly, simplicity.
Alright, time now is 1:03 a.m. in the morning on October 4th. Yeah, I just came back home about maybe 40-50 minutes ago, and I'm already on my bed because I'm about to sleep, which is absolutely fucking insane. I think if I fall asleep right now, it's going to be the earliest I've ever slept in round 5 so far. But yeah, the second half of the day is okay. I actually went back to bed. And then I woke up again. And I slept again. And then I woke up at around 6:20. And I thought I had a little time to chill, because in the original plan we wrap at 6 and I wouldn't come back home until around 7. But honestly, 6:20 is already kind of late, so I immediately ate some leftover minced pork rice from yesterday, as well as chicken parmesan from Trader Joe's and some cucumber for salad. And then I realized, holy shit, I'm running out of time. So I decided to meet Justin T at beside Target at 7:10, but of course I didn't arrive until 7:30. I was actually really pissed because I fucked up the morning. I had a terrible stomach ache, and now I'm gonna be late to a concert that I paid $70-something for. But after meeting Justin T, we're chill. We took an Uber ride there. It's $38. If we split it, it would be, yeah, it's fucking expensive. Life revolves around money. I get it. So we arrived at the Fonda Theater, and holy shit, the line is really long. But even though we're about only an hour early from the show, I think we still made it, as in we were still able to get a good place to stand on and enjoy the show. We didn't buy any merch because apparently the merch isn't really that great, but the performance is amazing. Magdalena Bay totally killed it. Mika particularly had an amazing performance. Also there's a band from Oaxaca, a synth pop band called Valgur, who performed like 12 freaking songs and before Magdalena Bay opened, and I thought, oh my god, they're just gonna perform forever for the whole night. But yeah, it was a good experience, and then it ended around 11:20-ish, and then this time I called a lift. That brings me and Justin T to the edge of the zone, and then at the edge of the zone I called a free lift so that both of us can ride back home. And then I called the lift as one person, so the driver, who was blasting pop music super loudly, picked up 2 people, so the lift car ended up taking 4 passengers, which is against the rules, but who cares. and I told Justin T to leave first because the two other passengers, they're getting off at the USC Village, and that's closer to Justin T's place. So Justin T left, and it's just me in the car, and the driver had no idea that I was actually two people, and now I'm one. But yeah, so the Taiwanese guy, Mo, is picking me up tomorrow at 6 a.m., which is absolutely insane. So I need to fucking sleep now. If not, I will actually die. So I'm waking up at 5:50. So yeah, I have no time to do anything. I have no time to watch anime. So after I went back home, I watched maybe like 10 more minutes of Shoshimin episode 4 while finishing ice cream, and then I just took a shower now, and then I'm going to bed now. But yeah, that's absolutely insane. I need to sleep even fucking earlier tomorrow night. I also have several assignments. I fucked up the CTCS 469 quiz. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I genuinely have no time. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow goes well. Hopefully I don't have a stomach ache. Hopefully my stomach flu heals, and looking forward to tomorrow, I guess. Peace out, bitches.